Yanki and Brit, the RTM Radio Network on a Saturday night. Let's get uptight and out of sight. It's Mike Hall here. We got Mike Hall on the phone. Hello, Mike Hall.
Howdy, howdy, howdy.
Hey, what's going on, mister?
How y'all doing?
Doing all right, man. What about you?
All right. Great to be on your show. We've had all kinds of crazy things. Storms here this week. Internet been off and on. And I got my partner here, John Blakeman, with me. He can say hello. Plays with me.
Put him on there.
Hello. How y'all doing?
We're doing all right, man. You guys sounding a little excited tonight. You having a good time over there?
Oh, yeah. Good old Saturday night in Kentucky, so we're having fun.
Oh!
We're around playing a little music today and just working on songs and stuff. That's what we do around here. We just sit around, me and Mike sit around and try to work on songs and come up with new music. You know, that's what we do.
Nothing like life in the bluegrass.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
What part of
sometime. Come see us in the bluegrass.
What part of Kentucky you in?
Lexington.
Oh, horse ranches and beautiful blondes.
And lots of bourbon, all the bourbon you can drink.
I thought that was in Tennessee.
It's there too, but it's Kentucky's where the bourbon comes from.
Oh, no, it's all good.
Can I ask, why'd you call it the bluegrass?
The grass in Kentucky is just a particular color. It's a very, very green type of grass that it's so green it almost has a bluish hue to it.
It's beautiful.
So it's just a term that they come up with, for the Kentucky, the very lush Kentucky grass. They call it bluegrass.
Now you're going to have to take a picture of the random bluegrass now, just for me.
It's really good this time of year. It's springtime, and there's no more beautiful place in the world than Kentucky in the springtime. Everything's starting to bloom right now. Everything's greening up, and it's just a beautiful place to be in the springtime.
Oh my God, I love going through Kentucky. What a beautiful place. You ain't kidding.
We feel the same about Texas right now. All the leaves on the trees are all fresh and new, and the grass is green. Everything's green. Everything is so.
Oh, the grass is always
pretty.
greener on the other side. Ethel, shut up.
I love Texas. I've been across Texas. I actually, in the 80s, I actually lived in Phoenix. So I've crossed Texas a couple of times, and I really enjoyed it. I loved it.
Well, let's get a couple questions here. Who's Mike?
Hello.
It's me.
I'm getting.
I let John talk. He's better talking than I am.
Where you get all your inspiration for your songs at? They just come out of your head?
They come out of the farm
Out of the
where I live.
Out of where?
The farm where he lives.
I live on a farm here. I've lived here all my life.
Oh, nice.
Come through my family. It's been in our family for about 100 years. That's the only way I can explain it. I live probably 8 miles from a big city and probably a mile from the nearest little town. I'm like kind of the beginning of the country before the suburban Lexington, Kentucky gets out here.
So you're outside the circle anyways.
Yeah. I'm pretty close. There's a lot of creeks out here, a lot of woods, a lot of hills. Yeah, deer, turkey. It's just a beautiful aura, and I think that's where I get it from. It's in the air.
It is. I agree. You still farm the place?
Yeah, we farm it.
Awesome.
Wow.
I had a lot of farm life when I was
raised
young.
cattle for years, till the fences got bad and I couldn't keep up with them. Soybeans, different things here.
Nice. Yeah, I love the farm life, man. Farm life's good for everybody. Good fresh air.
So tell us about your Sinkhole song. I know you said it was to do with your
Okay.
farm.
Yeah, sure. That's a song that me and John wrote. We do in our band, our rural electric band, and there's actually a sinkhole on the back of this farm where I live, and it's humongous. It's been there for years, and there's trees growing around it, and it's pretty deep. So that's kind of where I got the idea for the song, using it as a metaphor.
Can you swim in it?
No, you can't swim in it.
Oh, it's not full of water then. No, not that kind.
No, it's this country where I live is pretty close to the Kentucky River, and there's a lot of caves around this area. There's a lot of limestone, and it's kind of like karst, they call it that, geologically.
Right. I was going to ask if there was a cave down in the bottom of it or anything.
Oh, I'm sure it is. Yeah, there's no doubt.
Oh, you ain't gone down in it yet?
I went down as far as I can go in it before, and there's a pretty good hole in there, and it looks like the hole goes into infinity.
Wow. How cool is that?
So You got to be kind of careful with that. It's probably about, I don't know, it's probably 40, 50 feet deep.
I say get a parachute and go for it.
I was just about to say you can go and explore it just for the Yankee and the Brit show, can't you? You could take your phone and do a live video.
Are you doing a live video? Oh, I'll do a live video for y'all and go back there. Yeah. Yeah, I got you. Okay.
Are you
go back there and play fiddle and stuff and do crazy stuff. But no, the inspiration, I came out of I started playing the fiddle when I was 10 years old in school. And then I got, like so many people, I got interested in sports and stuff and girls or whatever, and that kind of took a back seat to it. And then when I got about I didn't start playing guitar till I was about 18 or 19, and then I thought, man, I should have stuck with that fiddle. But Charlie Daniels is really popular, I could have, if I'd stuck with that fiddle, I thought, man, I might have been pretty good.
Yeah, but I can tell you got some serious rosin on that bow because you sure know how to push it. That sounds good.
Well, I appreciate that. I played a lot of bluegrass and a lot of guys, and this guy here playing with me, his uncle, he doesn't play fiddle, John doesn't, but he plays a lot of instruments. But I'll let you tell him, John, about your music.
Yes.
Well, me and Mike, when we first met, we actually were introduced by his cousin. We were all in a bluegrass band. We started playing bluegrass together. And even though that particular group has kind of fallen apart since then, me and Mike just kind of clicked, together as musicians and songwriters and stuff, and we've stuck together all this time. Me and him's been together now for like 17 years.
Wow.
And yeah, we've played a lot of music together, but we both come from a background, we both have old-time musicians in our family. He has somebody in his family that was an old-time country music musician that was fairly famous, and I come from the side where I have an old-time fiddler. My great-uncle was a fairly famous old-time fiddler, and so we both have the music in us, and we get a lot of inspiration from being back here and, being down on the creeks and in the woods. And when we play together, we just get inspired by that. We're able to come up with song ideas from, usually they're based with just the fiddle and an acoustic guitar, and sometimes they turn into, electric songs, almost rock type songs, but usually they're born on the acoustic guitar and the fiddle and stuff like that. So a lot of times that's where it comes from.
Yeah, they sound great. You guys, you sometimes just sit around and just jam and just see what comes up?
All the time. I mean, it was what we've been doing today. I mean, we a lot of times somebody just starts playing something and you don't even know why, and the next person comes in and then it becomes, a couple hours later you've got a song,
A couple of these songs sound like you've been in a studio before?
We have to a degree. We haven't recorded in any major studios, but we recorded in some local studios and things like that, and we're actually working on doing analog recording is what we're focusing on now, actually out of the house. We're going back to the old analog quarter-inch tape machines and trying to go completely analog because we just enjoy the sound of, the 70s type sound, 60s and 70s type analog recordings are so warm and so lifelike, and they still sound fresh today, whereas, a lot of stuff just doesn't have that quality.
Exactly.
So we're trying to go back and revisit that.
Yeah, I saw when you posted that picture of that reel-to-reel. I think I made a comment about, why don't you just send that over here to me?
Yeah, we plan on getting a lot of mileage out of that. I've actually just picked up a couple of really nice recording microphones and stuff, so we're really getting ready to start putting that thing to good use. We've got lots of song ideas, and we've got lots of tape, and we plan on filling them up.
Are you guys going to be doing a Facebook Live tonight?
I don't know. We did earlier. We did a little bit earlier, probably about 30 minutes or so.
Yeah, we was wanting to listen to that, and for some reason we just cannot watch these live videos. They just cut off every few seconds, and we just happened to catch Mike mentioning about the Yankee and the Brit show. We just caught about 2 seconds of it, and then it cut off. So
yeah, my pleasure. I really enjoy being on here. I've only been doing the Facebook Live for probably, I don't know, couple months. A lot of these guys, have certain times and stuff, and I had to try to figure out how to do it. I'm still trying to figure out how to do it. When I do the solo shows, I try to do them, like I would do if I'm playing in a bar or something. Because I played clubs for years.
Right. You getting a lot of followers that way?
Yeah, quite a few. You know, I'd like to say, can I give some thanks on here?
Sorry, can you?
Say that again.
You're going to have a couple guests on in a couple weeks that really helped me out a lot, helped me get started. I'd like to do a shout-out to Mr. Gary Reagan. He was the one that kind of inspired me to start, going back and doing some country, because if you listen to our music, you can tell we're kind of a mixture, real electric band, bluegrass and country and rock. But I came from a traditional country music background myself before I even met John and all these guys. I played quite a bit. I don't know if you've ever heard of John Michael Montgomery, who became a country
Oh,
star.
of course. Absolutely.
Yeah, well, I used to play. I was friends with him and his band, like in my 30s, and I hung out with him. That's how I kind of got started in the music business. And when he left this particular bar that he was playing at Lexington, Kentucky, along with his brother, they chose me to take his place. And that's kind of how I got started. With just straight country and doing top 40. Of course, back then it was, Garth Brooks and stuff. But I was always kind of geared back toward the traditional stuff, the Vern Gosdin, the George Jones, the Merle Haggard, people like that.
All the real country music.
Yeah, that's really my root and really my love. And then I got with this fabulous musician here, John Blakeman, and he taught me how to rock and roll.
Hey, Mike?
Yes.
Calvin Blanco says, what's up, brother?
Yeah, Calvin. Calvin is another friend. I want to say a shout-out to Calvin, to Bobby Johnson, and Gary Reagan, and Miss Beverly Gosden Knight, because she was the first person that I met on Facebook that was associated with this country movement. And I want to thank all of them, and I want to say hi to Jackie and Annette and all the people that follow me when I'm playing, Walter Bennett and Tammy Bennett, and so many people that show up here every time that I try to do this crazy stuff.
Did you say Walter Brennan?
Walter Bennett, I think is his name.
I'm a Walter Brennan fan. I love that guy.
Oh, that's the old country guy, isn't it?
He's, you've probably seen him around quite a number of times.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's like.
Hey, man, I want to say happy birthday to you tomorrow.
Ha! Well, Mike.
Busted in my own trap.
Mike, you have to sing it with me. You have to sing happy birthday to my husband with me. Are you up for it?
Oh, boy. I'm up for it. You'll have to give me the guitar, John. Is now the time?
I wouldn't worry about your guitar. I'll probably wreck it.
If I do that, you got to promise to play Love Shack sometime tonight.
All right, we'll do it. I'll load it up right now, just for you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Randy. Happy birthday to you. That's the clean version. We won't do the honky-tonk version.
What was that song that you mentioned in the Facebook about singing and I had no clue what you was talking about? About Ohio?
Oh, yeah. You want to hear some of that?
Yes, please, because I'm sorry I had no clue what you were talking about at all. It went right over my head.
Oh, my gosh. Well, John's going to have to sing some harmony with me.
Come on then, John.
John's going to have to. I'm going to put John on the spot here. You just want to listen. You're going to know this. This is the ultimate
Neil Young protest song. What is it?
Oh, I know what to do.
What's the first words? 10 soldiers and Nixon's coming. We're finally on our own. This summer I hear the drumming for dead in Ohio. Gotta get down to it. Soldiers are cutting us down. Should have been done long ago. What if you knew her and found her dead on the ground? How could you run when you know?
Hey, that sounds all right, man. Bravo.
Mike Hall singing live to us on the Yankee and the Brit show.
Gotta love Neil Young. He's a train fan, too. That's what I like about him. He's a big Lionel Railroad man.
Yeah, we come from that. You know, Neil Young done a lot of country music, and that really pushes me to sing that because I like to sing the real low songs, you know, the Merle Haggard stuff. But John's got a high voice, and, you know, we're working up some country harmony stuff and seeing how it goes.
You'll have to try some Lance Stinson.
I've never heard of him.
Oh, my gosh.
no.
You haven't heard of Lance Stinson? Oh, my.
Better look him up.
Yes.
Is that traditional country?
Yeah. Some of it is, and some of but it's none of that new nasty stuff. It's all good stuff.
That's one of the interesting things about me and Mike. Like Mike said, he comes from a very traditional country background. You know, George Jones and Waylon and Merle Haggard and everything. Whereas I came from, when I was young, I was listening to rock and roll and didn't really have any interest in country at all, other than Buck Owens and the Buckaroos. If I could run away today and play with the Buckaroos, that's what I'd do, you know.
Oh, yeah, I hear you.
But I was always, you know, listening to the old groups like Free and Cream and, you know, the Pink Floyd and, you know, all the stuff from the 70s and stuff. That was what I was raised on. So when me and Mike started playing together, we just kind of rubbed off on each other. He made me start playing country, and I made him start playing rock, you know, and we just kind of met in the middle.
It's funny you say that because, you know, in my house when I was a little kid, Mom had Jim Reeves and Gail Garnett and all these old country albums, and I got turned on to Van Halen and all that in the 70s and right on through the 80s, and then also, like you said, Cream, The Who, The Guess Who, and an endless list of all that rock, but I went trucking, and I got in a truck, and I became a countryman, and I've been hanging in with it ever since, man. I love it, you know, and it's funny, I grew up with country, and yet I'd forgot all about it till I got in that truck, and a trucking buddy of mine that lived up the street from me, he turned me on to all kinds of stuff, and eventually it just kind of clicked, and it's like, hell yeah, this is good stuff.
Well, my mom always liked to listen to country like Willie Nelson, and she was a big Ray Charles fan, and you know, some of the country stuff he did. But I had an older sister, and when my older sister was gone, I would sneak into her bedroom and I would go through her albums in the early 70s, and I would play all these like forbidden albums, you know, all this stuff from Bowie and the Pink Floyd and all this stuff I wasn't supposed to be hearing. It just really clicked with me. I thought, wow, this is just like some magical forbidden fruit, you know, that I'm not supposed to be hearing, and it just really stuck with me. Now, as I've gotten a little older, I can appreciate, from playing with Mike, I appreciate, you know, the country stuff much more than I ever did before. It's kind of grown on me, you know. Some of the stuff like the Merle Haggard stuff, we really enjoy doing those kind of songs, you know.
Did you ever tell your sister you did that?
Oh, sure, yeah. She gets a big kick out of it. She thinks it's really funny, but I'm sure she always thought when she came back home, you know, who's been sleeping in my bed, you know, who's been going through my albums, you know.
That sounds like a song.
And I'm sure she knew it wasn't your mom doing it.
Oh yeah. But so I got to listen to a lot of different stuff. You know, I got to listen to a wide variety of music, and that's one thing I think is the problem with a lot of musicians these days is they only listen to one type of music. You know, if you're a bluegrass fan, don't just listen to bluegrass. Listen to everything that's going on out there. If you're just a country fan, listen to country, but by all means, you know, listen to some of the other things that are going on out there too, and it rubs off on you. You know, you get fresh ideas, and you get to see fresh directions for fresh songs. You know, and that's what music needs so much. It can't just, we all enjoy the traditional stuff, but we're looking for new directions to take it in, and you have to have that in music.
Either one of y'all have any other family members that play music or instruments?
Oh, I wish you'd pay attention.
Why?
They were
We go
only
through that
talking
already?
about it earlier, yeah.
I missed that part, I
You
guess.
never pay attention in class.
What?
Can you tell us again?
I guess I'm asking like dad or mom or any of those. I didn't hear any of that.
Yeah. I'll let you was asking questions. Yeah, my mom played piano and sang, and my great-grandfather was a fiddle player.
That I heard.
Yeah, I have his fiddle, actually, that I play sometimes. I have another cousin of mine. He's distant third or fourth. He he played with Keith Whitley. He was Keith Whitley's lead guitar player when Keith was alive. And I think he plays with Mo Pitney now.
Boy, there's some good stuff there too. We play Mo once in a while. Larry likes to listen to Mo Pitney.
Yeah, I don't see Lou very much. He's he lives down in Nashville. He played with Brooks and Dunn. He's probably a third cousin of mine, but he taught me some stuff, when I was trying to, figure out what I wanted to do back in the 90s. He taught me a lot of Keith songs on the guitar, and it was kind of neat learning how to do, acoustic stuff directly from the guy that plays it. I remember the first time I went in his house and he picked up the guitar and did "I'm No Stranger to the Rain." I thought, oh my God, that sounds just like the record. I'll never be able to play that good.
There you go. Either one of you guys have any other hobbies?
What's your hobby, John? John's hobby is collecting guitars and amps. He is like the Jeff Cook of the band of Alabama. John plays everything. He plays guitar, bass, mandolin, good. He even drug a sitar out in here. He'll ask me to write a song or something and come up with something. And sometimes we'll take these songs, like the other side, that one that I did, and we'll put like 3 or 4 different instruments in it, and it'll be the same song, but it'll sound totally different. You can tell them what you do, John.
We just try to keep things as organic as we can. Just for instance, Mike was playing a song about a week or so ago, and I just said, man, I really hear a dobro, a dobro on that. And even though I'm not a very good dobro player, I own a dobro, and I brought it out, and we sit there and started playing on it, and it just really, really meshed good with what he was playing, and sometimes that's just how you have to do. You just have to experiment with different things, and that's kind of I'm a musician, but I'm also a collector of instruments, and I'm just fascinated with stringed instruments, and I probably own 70 guitars, not counting basses, banjos, mandolins, pedal steel, lap steel, sitar, fiddles, just and old amplifiers. I love old tube amplifiers.
That's quite a collection.
Is,
That's quite a collection.
What about you, Mike? Have you got any hidden talents?
Yeah, I used to be a baseball player. I was a pretty good hitter.
What happened with that?
Not enough talent. That's gold.
I asked about hidden talents.
I thought it was pretty good. I could still hit a baseball over 300 feet when I was 44 years old.
But
that's probably it.
Yeah.
What have you got to play for us tonight? I keep hearing you plinky plonkying on your thing over there.
Oh, I'm just doing that because I'm nervous.
Oh,
I see.
Nervous for?
Nothing to be nervous about. We're as crazy as you are. Well, let's get to, I got some questions I want to ask you, and then we'll let you go, and then you can jump off of here, and I'll play your Love Shack for you, because we just love to make noise.
Oh, okay.
All right, either one of you can answer. I guess it doesn't make a difference. Number one, what's your favorite word?
Happy.
What's your least favorite word?
Sad.
Alone.
That's your own problem. You're alone.
Mike, what turned you on?
What turns me on? Good weather and blue skies without chemtrails.
What turns you off?
People that don't understand music.
John says his is people that don't understand music.
That's me then.
You
People
understand
that don't,
it.
and what turns me off? People that don't. People that are not into happy, because we're into happy and we're not into sad.
That's good answer. What sound do you love?
Oh, the fiddle.
What sound do you hate?
I don't like digital beat boxes.
What's your favorite curse word?
Probably damn.
And the other answer?
John.
Oh, shucks.
Oh, shucks.
Shucks. I didn't know Americans said shucks.
Let's see. Number 8. What profession other than yours would you like to attempt?
Probably be a forester.
Oh, that's not a bad idea. I could live out in the woods forever.
Yeah,
What?
well, I have some woods on the farm here, and I have to actually do some forestry work sometimes. Yeah, if I'd never went into music, I would have liked to probably work for the government and went into the forestry.
Sorry, what's forestry?
Taking care of the woods, being out there, just making sure things are like they're supposed to be.
That'd be cool.
It's a lot more. There's more of a description than that, but that's the general basis.
I was seriously thinking about going to school for that in my 20s, but, I started working odd jobs. I was a janitor. I worked for the post office. I've been a delivery boy and all kinds of stuff. And I started making more money playing music in my late 20s and 30s and just, plus farming, I did that.
What profession would you not like to do?
What I not like to do, I wouldn't want to be a doctor, even though they make good money, or I wouldn't want to be a lawyer.
I wouldn't want to be an accountant.
Oh, I can relate. Last question. If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
I'd like to hear him say, I love your music.
Bingo.
I'm your biggest fan.
I haven't had that answer before.
But he's my biggest fan. He can't be your biggest fan as well as my biggest fan. Come on.
Hey, I got a bluegrass joke for you.
Bring it on.
How many bluegrass musicians does it take to change a light bulb?
I can't imagine. How many bluegrass musicians does it take to change a light bulb?
Well, it takes 4 of them to complain and 1 to do the changing.
Electric.
That's about right, too. Oh, you guys are all right, man. Well, hey, thanks a million for coming on, man. You guys...
Hey, it's our pleasure.
Great friggin' interview, too, man. You guys got it all together. You sound like you know where you're going and what you're doing, man. Keep it up.
How can people hear your music?
Well, I've got my page, but we've also got a rural electric band page. That's what we go by when we play, all 3 of us. We go by rural electric band.
So if we search Rural Electric Band, we'll find it.
Yeah, you'll find it. You can find it on YouTube, and you can find it on Facebook. We've got a page. I think we've probably got 140 or 150 likes.
Did I see it on the SoundCloud, too?
Yeah, that's my stuff. Of course, I've just got everything on there. When you're hearing, like, the song Sinkhole, you're actually hearing all 3 of us on that one. The other stuff, you're hearing me do.
Well, be careful when you type it in Google, guys, because you can also find Rural Electric Board, Bangladesh.
Yeah. Wrong country.
For some reason, that's not us.
No?
I think you would look mighty funny with a towel on your head. All right, guys. Thanks a million, man. We're going to throw this Love Shack on here. You switch over to the radio and give it a go, and you can hear us make some noise.
All right, thanks, guys.
Hey, thanks a million, man. Good luck with the Facebook thing, too.
Are we still going to be on for what?
Go ahead. Make it happen.
Yeah, you're going to have us on for what, another 30 more minutes?
No, we're out of here. We got to move along.
Oh, okay. All right, thank you so much, man. It's been great being on here.
Hey, like I said, man, it's nice having you guys. Good conversation. You got it all together, and that's the key to the whole thing, and good luck with the future.
All right, thank you. Good luck to you, and happy birthday, too.
Thanks again, man. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Donna. We enjoyed it. Love y'all.
All right, love. Bye.
See you.
You rolling with the Yanki and the Brit and the RTM radio network. You understand me?